Okay, so I threw a bunch of bear shafts down, three different ones. One was 580 Maxima Pro Recurve RZ Carbon Express at around 29 inches, I think. I could be wrong on that. At about 125 grains up front. Then I threw some, the rest were Victory 3D HVs. One was 800 at full length with 100 up front, and the other one was much stiffer at 700 at 28 inches, also 100 up front. Of all of those, the ones that seem to be standing up, the tails seem to be standing up the best, and that were getting more where I wanted to be, were the stiffer Victories. And they didn't even go knock right. Everything else either was in or knock left, kind of meaning weak, and they were hitting to the right. The 700 3D HVs were just seemed to be hitting better. Now, granted, I only did a couple of ends with them, and I wasn't shooting against fletched arrows, so I'm going to fletch up some of the 700s, toss those with some bear shafts, but the bear shafts didn't look bad. So now I'm going to practice drawing on, which I'm having a hard time with, because when I come up from below, which is what I usually do, you'll see this sort of thing happen with my riser, and it even seems to like collapse a little bit. So one thing I noticed from watching like the classic and everything like that is like people seem to have like rock solid bow arms that don't seem to move. Like the riser doesn't even seem to move, barely. So I'm going to try to practice more drawing on. But as you're going to see, I have a hard time calming, and I need to work on my sequence. I have to kind of rebuild my sequence a little bit. So let's try that and see what it looks like. Particularly looking towards what the riser is doing. I'm trying to kind of come above and then kind of draw on. Steady. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I had a wild fucking pluck, and I'm lucky that thing even hit the target and didn't smash against the brick. Something kind of goes haywire in my head when I try that. And I did try to stop and calm there too. Yeah. Be interesting to see what my riser's doing. There has to be something else. Like I try to come to aim and then stop and calm before I start thinking about expansion, but okay, like that's not bad, right? Dead center. This is like my first end of fletched arrows today. So that ain't bad, but like also, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like I get this too, and I don't know what that is. That's almost a broken arrow. But okay, so look to see what the riser's doing. Yeah, and learn from it. If I could make that consistent, Jesus Christ, I'd be happy as fuck. Not the one that I nearly killed.